There are two broad forms of corruption. The big newspaper headlines are about one form, that is collusive corruption, grand corruption, where in order to give a benefit to somebody out of turn without competition, somebody in authority has taken money and given them something out of turn. In that case, actually, there is no victim which is visible. There is no visible victim. The whole society is a victim. That's the reason why it's so hard to control it. Because the bribe giver and the bribe taker both are happy. They have colluded. Typically, your 2G spectrum, your mining licenses, your Colgate scam. What happened in all these cases? Without proper competitive bidding, without protecting the national interest, those in power have treated some people as their favorites, either because they have taken money or because they belong to their own party or their sympathizers or their own caste or whatever. It has become a private transaction with public assets. And both the giver and the taker are happy. That is where a lot of headlines are there. But the citizens on a day-to-day basis, they are bothered about the other form of corruption, what is called extortionary corruption. To get something that is our due. I want to get my house building plan approved. I want to get a water connection to the house. In the olden days, I want a telephone connection. Today, mercifully, that is not a problem. But 15, 20 years ago, young people today cannot even imagine how it was 20 years ago. You want a telephone connection. You want an electricity connection, even today. There is enormous amount of extortion. You want a birth certificate. I know one case in Hyderabad where one young man, I think his name is Rashid, he runs a TV repair shop in Laktikapul area. He wanted merely to know how much tax he should pay to the Municipal Corporation of Hyderabad. Because he wanted to sell his ancestral property. For several years he did not pay taxes because nobody raised a demand in those days. So he didn't bother to pay. But once he had to sell, under the rules, you require a no objection certificate and also a no due certificate from the Municipal Corporation. If the taxes are due, you cannot sell the property. So he wanted to pay the taxes. He had to go to the Municipal Corporation 39 times to know how much he should pay them. He's not seeking anything from them. He wanted to pay them. Once they realized that this man required a no due certificate to sell his property, they made his life miserable. Finally, he had to pay a bribe equal to 50% of the total tax in order to get the slip of paper which indicated how much money he owed, and then he had to pay that money. So all this is extortionary corruption. And this is what bothers ordinary citizens every day. And that's what we can easily address if we establish certain systems in place.